Welcome to the show. This is Watch. I'm Aaryan Nair. Let's get to the week's headlines. History was made in Pennsylvania once again this Monday by General Donald John Trump, infamous for leading his troops in absentia to a battle known by the lackluster name of January 6th, where his purportedly rabid supporters stormed some hill in DC called Capitol Hill. General Trump delivered an address for the ages, the Schnecksville address, 124 miles away, 200 kilometers away, for you Brits out there, from the less famous Gettysburg Address. Take a look.
Gettysburg, what an unbelievable battle that was. The Battle of Gettysburg, what an unbelievable, it was so much and so interesting and so vicious and horrible and so beautiful in so many different ways. It represented such a big portion of the success of this country. Gettysburg, wow. I go to Gettysburg, Pennsylvania to look and to watch. And the statement of Robert E. Lee, who's no longer in favor. Did you ever notice that? No longer in favor. Never fight uphill, me boys. Never fight uphill. They were fighting uphill. He said, wow, that was a big mistake. He lost his great general. And they were fighting. Never fight uphill, me boys. But it was too late.
Yes, the former president described the battle as beautiful and Robert E. Lee as a leprechaun. It's no wonder that Trump failed in his conspiracy to overthrow American democracy if he took inspiration from the general who launched the disastrous Pickett's Charge. I'm no history buff, but I know that, though it was fortunate for the continuance of democracy, of course. So maybe we should be thankful of Trump's lack of intellect. Nah, gratitude and Trump just don't fit in the same sentence, do they? Speaking of Trump's failures, the media uncovered yet another one, and I think this one is the most alarming yet. New York Times reporter Maggie Haberman reported, and I quote, "Trump appears to be sleeping. His head keeps dropping down and his mouth goes slack." The teleprompter missed out on which side it should be alarming to. The side which has been calling the current president Sleepy Joe, that's who. The former president tried to relive his glory days as commander of, among other things, this guy, when he sent a message to the members of his cult stating, 72 hours until all hell breaks loose, end quote. What is amazing is how in that very same message he states that if he fails to have a massive outpouring of peaceful patriotic support, all hell will break loose. Don't you think that's a bit of a paradox, Donald? Oh, sorry, I apologize, you don't know what that means, so I'll put it in your words. And we have more on paradoxes. House Republicans are now considering firing Speaker of the House Mike Johnson, aka real-life boss baby, little more than 6 months after the whole saga that followed the firing of the previous Speaker of the House, Kevin McCarthy. Why? Here's Georgia Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, more commonly known as Karen, explaining why.
It's unprecedented. This has never happened in history, and it's completely wrong. He owes our conference the truth, and he owes Republicans answers.
Does that mean you will go forward today? Will you go forward today?
I'm waiting to find out what's going to happen.
What's holding you back?
I'm a responsible person.
Okay, that wasn't much of an explanation, so I'll help her out. House Republicans want the Speaker fired because he said he'll call for a vote on funding for the war in Ukraine. And they are mad because he'll be working with both parties to potentially pass the bill, also called doing his job. And that too after having delayed the bill for months, and none of these folks had a problem then. Says enough about them, I think. One of Trump's, 93 million? I lost count at 4,000. One of Trump's 4,000 trials, I think, specifically the criminal hush money trial in New York, also seems to have difficulties with retaining the people they hired. After having found 12 impartial jurors in New York? No idea how they did it. One of the seated jurors came into court this Friday and said that aspects of her identity is already out in public, enough that she had friends, colleagues and family pushing things to her phone, questioning whether she was a juror. This frustrated Judge Merchant quite a lot, reminding everyone that the jury has to be anonymous, that the media can't put these people out there for anybody to find, influence, or potentially defenestrate. And on that particularly positive note, we'll be ending today's episode of the show. Thanks for watching. This was Aaryan Nair. Goodbye.